Hey, Aaron here from Electric SEO. I just wanted to go over really quick a new thing that just came out last week. It's the 2026 Local Search Ranking Factors. This report is put out every year by Whitespark. Whitespark's Darren Shaw. He took it over from David Min several years ago. These are both legends in the local SEO space. They basically, this is a survey. It's not data directly from Google or from testing, but they basically survey a lot of the most well-known, most prominent local SEOs in the field to see what they think the most important ranking factors are for different aspects of local SEO. Today, I want to talk about the Google Business Profile. So if you look at, I just did the search for electricians near me. You can see I'm in Flagstaff, Arizona. And if I scroll down past the ads, the first thing that I see on my phone is the local pack or the map pack, whatever you want to call it. These are pulled from, this is not from your website. It links to your website in certain places, not here on the phone, but it does on a desktop. It's not from your website. This is your Google business profile. It lives, this information lives on Google. You want to get it ranking because this is stuff that will drive calls. When people do a search for electrician near me, a lot of them are going to click on one of these. They're going to see the reviews, they're going to click, they're going to call. Some people might come down and click on Yelp or whatever, find something lower, or even, go lower down in these organic results. See, it's good to be in multiple places, but this map pack is just so critical and so essential. So we're going to look at a few of the top ranking factors. So I'm going to scroll down to the GBP, see if they have a hyperlink for that. I'm going to scroll down to there we go, local maps ranking factors. Now, these top ones here, like I would say like the top 10 are essential. You're not going to rank at all if you're not doing good in these categories on your Google Business Profile. So number one is, what is your primary category? So if you'll notice when we're back here looking at these electricians, you see right after the star ratings, it says electrician. That's the primary category. You can see when I search for electricians near me, that's who came up. There's other categories that are relevant for electricians. You can have those as secondary, or if you're really specialized, maybe they'll be your primary category. But you, your primary category is the most important thing. It's got to be right. If your primary category is travel agent, you're not going to come up with what is going on. So back to the ranking factors. You want to get your primary category right. Proximity of the address to the point of search. So you're going to show up much higher, closer to your business address and farther, and lower as you go away. It's very proximity based. So it's incredibly difficult to rank far away from your actual address. So you want to have your address somewhere strategic that's by your customers. Otherwise, you're not going to get a lot of business from your GDP because you just won't be showing up. So if your Google Business Profile is located out of town, like say in a rural town outside of, whatever, Gary, Indiana, but then you go into Gary, Indiana, the Chicago area, whatever, to do your work, you're not going to be ranking in those areas. You're going to be ranking only in that rural area. So you got to be strategic about where your business is based and what your address is. Getting keywords in your GBP business title, that's very important if you can. So if you're an electrician, electrical contractor, electric whatever, you want to have that in your name. And it not only helps you rank higher in terms of like Google's algorithm, but part of Google's algorithm is behavior based. So people will click on it more and the Google will associate you more with being an electrician if you have that in your title. So definitely have your brand. It could be Joe's electrical contracting store, whatever, but you want to get your keywords into the name if you can. Um, and this could mean actually changing your name, filing a DBA with your state, like legally changing it, potentially. It just depends on the situation, we'd have to look at it. Um, so again, back to proximity, you want to have your physical address in the city of search. Open hours. You're going to rank a lot higher when you're open. So these 24-hour electricians are outranking you, even if they're not answering the phone in the middle of the night. If they say they're 24 hours, they're going to rank 24 hours. And if you say you're 9 to 5, that's when you'll rank. And then you'll disappear in those off hours. The problem is a lot of people do searches at 5, 6, 7 in the morning, 7, 8 at night. So if you're only showing up during your open hours, you're going to miss a lot of searches. So maybe look at, can somebody cover the phones for you at night for emergencies? And, you can use like a virtual assistant in the Philippines, an answering service. You can do a lot of things to make that happen. Um, High numerical Google rating. So you want to rank, you want to be 4 or 5 stars, and that means asking for reviews. So that's not going to happen organically. In most cases, you're going to need to ask. I've run into some businesses that have that organically, but most that are ranking really well, they ask their customers. Okay, so this is an important one as well that gets overlooked a lot, and this is especially critical for electricians. Number 7, address is showing on GBP. So if you're hiding your address because of your service area business, it's going to be very difficult for you to rank next to brick and mortar businesses that show their address. Now, the thing is, almost no electricians are brick and mortar. So if you're the one that actually has brick and mortar, like location in town or whatever, hopefully in the middle of the city where you can have a broad range, you're going to outrank a lot of these that are home-based businesses that don't have an office. Now, that's an expense. I'm not saying that you have to do that, but it's something to consider. It's a consideration. If you're thinking about if you need brick and mortar, I would tell you SEOs would love it. If they're working for you, they would love it if you do open a brick and mortar or even multiples. But obviously, there's expenses that come along with that, so it's a business decision. Additional categories, quantity of native Google reviews, private placement of map pin, recency of reviews. Most of these are helpful, but they're not essential. I would say 1 through 7, you have to have to rank. And then and so you can look this up yourself. This is the White Spark local ranking factors. So try to, these other ones, try to hit these, try to beef these up, try to improve these down the list. But if you're not like really doing really well on number 1 through 7, then you're just not going to rank at all. It's like impossible. And then these lower ones can really help. Some of these, it gets very subjective after number 7. I don't know if all these are in the right order, but you can't go wrong if you just kind of address all of them the best that you can, and just see how you do and move up the map pack. So again, if you want to get the calls, you got to be in the map pack. And again, just a really quick review of the top 7 ranking factors. You want to have your category right, be close to where the searcher is, so be strategic about the placement of your business. And that also relates to number 4, your physical address in the city of search. Number 3, you want to have your keywords in the name of your business, which means having electrician or something like that in the name of your business, or electrical. If it's close, that's okay. It doesn't have to be electrician, but something close. You look at extending your open hours. You'll be definitely invisible in the map pack when you're closed. You want to have high reviews, and you want to have your address showing if you can. So have brick and mortar with an actual address that's not a home address if you can. Again, that's a business decision. There's other factors. And number 11, I'm going to skip down and just highlight a few that I think are really important. Number 11, your recency of reviews. So you need to keep getting reviews all the time, or you will drop. And I have seen this. And I would move this up above number 11, but that's how they've put it. So, keep on it. Keep asking. Develop a system where you can keep requesting reviews automatically like in Jobber, you can set up an email that goes out right after the job and ask them, like, hey, if it went well, please leave us a review. If not, please reply and let us know. Um, let's see. Skipping down here to ones that I feel are really important. Yeah, some of these are important, but I wouldn't spend too much time on it. So again, Aaron here with Electric SEO. Just wanted to give you a few tips to optimize your SEO. Hope